Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but spring is in the air. It's currently about 50 degrees outside, and it's raining so gently at this point, but we've experienced all sorts of weather this month, or this week I should say. Last weekend it was about 60 or 70, sun shining. It was really windy actually, and then like Monday, Tuesday, it was it almost pushed 90 a few times. It was definitely in the low 80s. Some places had the mid 80s and upper 80s. So gorgeous weather. Dried everything out. Well, then we got some rain. The last couple days we got rain, so it's kind of wet things back up again, so yeah, we have a little bit of a mud situation again. Right now, I am changing the oil in the tractors for the spring. At the 12 here, and the 6A4 is getting its drainage. 986 and the 76 are sitting back there. They'll be next. We have hauled a little bit of manure this year. Not a lot yet. We don't have a lot to do, but we have hauled some manure. What are you doing there, Brett?
Nothing.
Nothing? You're gonna fall.
No.
You gonna make it, are you? Okay. So I haven't posted anything for a while. It was probably, cripes, probably this winter. We actually just picked this bale prong up here a couple days ago. Or bale fork, I guess you'd say, early a prong. Kind of two purposes for this right now. We originally had this this regular, prong here to go on the back of the tractor to haul brown bales with. But it does not work well on the 684 because one of two things. That prong is meant for a 4-foot wide bale. And if you remember, we did buy a new baler last spring, and the new bales are now 5 feet wide. And when you stick it in there, it doesn't pick the bale up straight. It kind of sags in the back a little bit. And with the low or small tires on this tractor, it has a tendency to drag the bale on the back of it here. When you're driving down like the ridge road in a low spot, it'll drag and the bale will fall off, or you'll rip all this nut wrap off the bale. So, decided to get this. Hopefully we can pick the bale up and cradle it, so we'll bring it off the ground a little higher at this point now. And we can use this as a forklift, because I don't know for sure if I showed you guys. You come with me, bud? I'll show you guys what we kind of did here this winter, or this fall. My brother burns wood to heat his house. My mom does not anymore. Her wood stove rusted out here last spring. It rusted out, so we just went ahead and we did put a just a regular gas furnace in it, LP. So we have a lot much less wood to cut. So we went ahead and someone gave us a line on this. What I'm about to show you here. I walked through the barn. It's my used wheel emporium, used tire emporium. Does anyone need any tires? I literally have 6 pairs of these 265 75/16s. There's 6 pair. There's one right there, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's laying down. 6. You can have as many as you want at this point. I just want them out of the barn. They're just in the way. So, if you need them, let me know. Anyway, so onward back here to our little. Hey, what am I just doing this way here? Maybe I'll tell. You can hear it raining out here now. Anyway, you see those pallets there? Those pallets have what would be the end of paper rolls from like paper mills in them. So they're plywood or like pressed wood that's probably 3/4 inch thick, and they have a hole in the middle of them. I would say probably 8 to 10 inch in diameter. And we got a line on them. We bought a whole semi-load of them, and I would say that he's probably used, I'm not for sure on it, probably 4 or 5 pallets this winter. Although he has been burning actually wood, cut wood too, on top of it. So they were just kind of laying in the yard out here over the winter. We had to get them tucked in. So we put them underneath the lean-to back here. But anyway, the forks on the tractor, if you remember right, will fit perfectly underneath these things so we can pick them up and move them without having buy an attachment for the loader or whatever, buying a separate set of pallet forks for the tractor and switching them over. You can literally just pick them up. There's a couple of pallets in this that actually are a little too narrow for the pallet fork, but they do actually fit in between in the bucket, so I can actually scoop them up with the bucket and move it that way. So that was the reason why we bought that. So the cattle, I see the calves out there. Those are our 4 remaining heifers left over from last year. I'm not sure if we're going to keep all of them or any of them, or if they're all going to go out to pasture with the cows this year. They're a little small to be bred, so they might not go out to pasture at this point. I mean, obviously that's still a couple months off before we get a bull or more, but they're a little tiny, I think, to get bred. But anyway. Come on out, bud. Come on.
I can do it then.
Okay, you do it. The other thing, I guess you guys probably, if you have, forgot about it or not, I was in the process of putting a house out here. Well, on February 1st, it got delivered, and there it is sitting over there. We moved in last weekend. We moved in, so it's got to get some siding down around the back side of it there, or around the bottom of it. And obviously we got to do a little bit of work in the basement as far as making a couple of rooms. So that's the reason why I've been a little light on doing the videos. I've been a little preoccupied moving and getting stuff ready for that. We also have had calves. We have 3 baby calves, 2 bulls and a heifer. We actually have had 4 calves. The first one did not make it. I don't know what was wrong. It was born. It did not make it. So that's been a couple weeks ago or more now, I suppose. But I think our oldest one now is probably a week old. We had one born 2 days ago, and then there's another one that was born like a week ago, I suppose. So I see a couple of them laying right there next to her ma. I had to go out and move some fence here before it started raining. Down there, if you can see that light pole that's got the guide wire on it, there's electric fence that runs across from like over here across the bottom. And then when they hooked me up with the electrical, they put it off that post down there with the guide wire on it. So we just moved the fence down to that post. That way we don't have to farm around the guide wire. So the cows get a couple more feet of pasture, but we lose a couple extra feet of hayfield, which we only make 1 or 2 crops off that hay in that anyway. So So yeah, we're getting ready to start. We don't have any oats to plant at this point. Well, we don't plant any oats. So we're gonna go right in beans and corn. We're probably a month off before we really have to get serious about it at this point. We did sell our big disc, our 18 footer. We do have the small one yet. We'll probably use that for like if we got to disc up some corn stalks or something. We have purchased another piece of equipment which we don't currently have here. Tomorrow we will be going to pick it up. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you guys may or may not know. You could guess, I guess, and tell me what it is, but I haven't even really hinted about it. I know I've talked about buying one of these in the past, and we finally did. So there's our other small disc. So anyway, that was the long and short of what's been going on around here the last couple of months. It's wet, it's rainy. It's supposed to be wet and rainy for a couple of days and cool. Everything's green up nice. Hayfields look really nice. There's Mr. Better on the house there. But anyway, we'll keep you informed of what I'm gonna have a video tomorrow of what we're going to get. We're gonna take the tractor. It's not too far away from here. We actually bought it from I wouldn't really call it a neighbor, but it's probably 4 or 5 miles away from here. So it's easier just to go get it with the tractor because it's kind of down behind the shed. So to get a truck down there would be kind of a pain. So anyway, we will talk at you later, and we'll get these oils changed in these tractors. How many hours I put on this tractor? We put on this tractor last year. So we changed the oil last year on the 26th of April, and it had 7,899 hours on it last spring. Change the oil. Now it's got 7,000. Come on here. 7,948 hours on it. So we put like 40 hours on it last year. That doesn't seem right. I did that math wrong. 9. Excuse my math here, people. 7,948. Oh, so almost 50 hours. 49 hours we put on this tractor last year. So, and I don't know what we put on the 756. The 986, the hour meter does not work on that, and I probably should get that fixed. And that'll be one of my Meggie projects now that I live out here. I'll have a little more time to do piddly stuff like that. This tractor, let's see. This tractor had 2,177 hours on it last year, which is probably more like 12,000 hours, because it's rolled over. And now it's probably got, and that's got 2,235 hours on it. So this one, 2177, this one's got pretty much about the same hours that put out as the 1256 had. But this one covers just as much ground as that one does. It doesn't take any, but it does run the column mulcher when we're packing beans, and it rakes 99% of the hay, and it hauls most of the bales too. So, and then, of course, the 12, that one does cuts. We cut all the hay with it last year. We did some tillage with it, with discing. We didn't do much anything other than that. We didn't even have the chisel. Oh, I did do some chisel plowing last fall, just down by my house to get ready for the septic system. But $96 round baling, but I don't know for sure how many. Of course, that hauled a lot of corn. That did a lot of round baling. I stalk chopped a bunch with it. Round baled corn fodder. We round baled soybeans. the 726, that gets used a lot in the fall for splitting wood. Not that we had a lot of wood to split last year, so I would say that tractor probably had 50, 60 hours put on it. So, and 684 hour meter doesn't work in that either. So, well, if I showed you, I did put a new grill in this. So anyway, I put new headlights around it, new grill, because they were junk. That grill is actually metal now. It was old and was plastic. And apparently that's the only way, well, unless, I don't think, if I remember right, I don't think you can buy that actually from Case IH. Had to buy that from, I believe I bought that from Allstate Ag Parts, along with the headlight piece too. Steiner does have a grill for a 684, and it's plastic, but it is a different, there's two different grills in these tractors. There is a, there's a grill that's like, this one's 22 inches, and they make one that's like 18. So it's basically missing, it's a little bit shorter. And Steiner only carries the short one, and so I had to get this metal one, which was like $75 more, which I think it probably would, it's nice to have a metal piece there. So tractor looks a lot nicer now. It looked like hell the last few years. Yeah, it's raining pretty good out there now. Brett, get in here. You're going to get sick, bud. Come on. So, anyway, that is, the rest of the story. Whatever you want to call it. So, we'll show you what happens tomorrow. Talk to you later.